Back with Coach Simpson, Skyhawk Talk, Snappy Tomato Pizza. We got Peanut Gallery in here, Coach.
Graham told me the other day that he had a dream that Montori was the Hulk.
Oh.
Didn't you, Graham? Montori was the Hulk?
Yeah. That's not too far-fetched.
Some days he looks like the Hulk when he's chasing the ball. He does.
Graham's growing.
All of them are.
My goodness. Coach, to wrap up the season, there are 3 games left. We had Jacksonville State on November 3rd at home, then at Tennessee Tech, and then Tennessee State at home. Nice to look at that schedule and see you have an open week coming up, and then 2 of your final 3 games are at the house.
Well, obviously those are, you got that in your favor, that you get the open week, which we desperately need. I saw a very tired football team last week in practice, and I tried to cut back, but there's only so much you can do because you got to get, mentally and prepared. But the open week comes in a great time. You're at home 2 of the 3 weeks. And those are the good things. The bad things are, 2 of those 3 teams are probably the best teams in our league talent-wise, and they're in, the top of the league. And then, of course, you got Tennessee Tech, who, maybe he's underachieved at this point, but they're returning, conference champion and playoff contender with, an all-SEC wide receiver with over 1,000 yards receiving last year.
Right.
Who's, I don't know how many touchdowns he's got now. So, we've got a very difficult schedule left, but like I said, you'd rather be where you are right now chasing it than coming from the rear.
And again, that's November 3rd when the Skyhawks will play because you have the open week coming up. What will you do this weekend?
Well, let's see. As far as the week goes, we had 7-8 coaches out today recruiting with the Mississippi Junior Colleges, and then probably 5 or 6 will be gone all week, and we'll have a scale-back staff. The players will practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. We're really going to concentrate on our younger players and a lot of fundamentals, but then every day probably get about 30 minutes in of Jacksonville State. Players will have this weekend off. I think they need that rest. I want them fresh when they come back on Monday, and then we'll start back on a normal Jacksonville State Monday week.
So it's good for everybody, the players especially after 8 grueling weeks in a row. But for the coaches, they're out trying to find talent for next year.
Where's that next Fred Flournoy? I mean, that's what you're out looking for. And, a lot of positive feedback because of the Memphis win, because of the Murray win, and where we are in the league right now. A lot of guys that and it's really funny how, when you and I talk about this all the time, the social media has changed.
Right.
I mean, you'll get, players know how to get to you. And they all of a sudden something will pop up and say, Coach, I have interest in your school. And, now there's only a small percent of them that are the caliber of, the student athlete that we're looking for, but you'd rather have those numbers to sort through than it was 15 years ago, to where you had to go to each school and the only name you got was the name that the coach gave you.
And I don't know if you were listening to Fred in the interview, and you probably already knew this, but I asked him how he found UT Martin, and he noticed us when we played Memphis that first time. So to me, anytime you're out there for a positive reason, people notice.
Well, it is, and anytime your name goes across the scroll of that ESPN ticker and it's highlighted in yellow and you won, that's something that sticks out in somebody's mind. And I wanted to get to you earlier about a Fred story, and I don't know if he's listening now, but Miss Judy, the first day he's on defense, he's on scout team, kickoff team. I brought him in and said, Fred, listen, we think you're going to be outstanding safety. We're kind of set right now at quarterback. I think you can get on the field a little quicker right now.
1 minute, but I want to hear it. Keep going.
All right. So he runs that, so we said, okay, here we go. Run down the field and get your fit on this kickoff team. And T.J. Drakeford was our kickoff returner. And here goes Fred running 100 miles an hour. Now, we say big bump. Well, obviously, Fred been a quarterback. We didn't really explain to him what big bump is. And I'm standing there, and I see this bullet come running by, and he leaves his feet, knocks out the kickoff returner. And it's only like 4 days before we open up the game against, I forgot who we were playing. You remember when you hit T.J. Drakeford on the kickoff? He knows. And he flips him up. T.J. sprains his knee, and I never got mad at Fred. How could you? So that's his first physical contact as a DB.
Thank you, Coach. We'll see you a week from today.
Thanks, guys.
That's Coach Jason Simpson. Thanks to Fred Flournoy, who joined us, too. That was a very special interview, and we'll continue to keep you updated on his status. For Frank and the gang, Fred and Jason Simpson, I'm Chris Brinkley saying so long, everybody. For more information, go to utmsports.com on the World Wide Web, and stay with us on our flagship station for the Big Orange Hotline coming up next. Thanks for tuning in.